Hello everyone, this is Mehak Upadhyay. Welcome back to our channel. I'm serving as a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So today's topic of discussion is cruelty as a ground of divorce under Hindu Marriage Act. So where is cruelty has been defined or has been mentioned as a ground of divorce under section uh, 13 subsection 1 clause IA of Hindu Marriage Act. What does the section says? Section does not define what actually is cruelty is. There is no definition of cruelty in the Hindu Marriage Act, but from the various precedents of the Supreme Court, from the various definitions of our jurists, it can be said that first thing, that the cruelty can be the mental cruelty or the physical cruelty. Means it can be towards the body. Physical cruelty means the acts of beating, harassing other person, scratching other person, forcing other person, constantly nudging other person, constantly pushing other person, etc., that may cause some bodily injuries to the person to whom the cruelty has been exercised. Mental cruelty. Mental cruelty is the psychological impact of the acts of the person or towards the on the person who towards whom the cruelty has been exercised. Those acts may be serious enough to let the change in character or change in emotions of the person who are suffering from it. Okay. What could the mental cruelty mean? That could be we'll get into details after some time. Before it, the physical cruelty or the mental cruelty means cruelty of any form can be by words, it can be by gestures, it can be by acts, it can be by mere silence sometimes, it can be the voluntarily ignorance from sometimes, anything. It is a the Supreme Court had defined it as a wide term to constitute anything. A cruelty in one case may be a cruelty in other case. So we can say some there is a two standard, means what could be a cruelty is although it cannot be defined, but for an attempt to define it, we can say it could be an act of omission of or conduct of the party. First thing. Second thing, to it be a cruelty under the section 13 IA, it should be grave and weighty enough so that a reasonable person could not bear these acts, could not bear such gestures or any medium or any form of cruelty. But the test is that that whether the reasonable person under same circumstances would have bear it or could not have. So it should not earlier it was a view of or you can say that it was from the English law that came in India, that the cruelty to be a ground for divorce. Earlier it was a ground for judicial separation, not for divorce. It should be something danger to life or heart. It must be that serious that may cause an apprehension in the person towards whom the cruelty has been exercised, that acts might cause the death to him. But now the position has been changed. There no need to be grave enough to cause the death if it is sufficient that these acts are, especially in the case of mental cruelty, that these acts are sufficient to cause a serious impact on one's psychologically. It may cause that person some serious mental problems, but it should be more than mere emotional distress, emotional traumas. It should be something serious that may cause one person some serious mental or psychological diseases or psychological things, problems. When the cruelty for but harm, as we are discussing it from the perspective of section 13 1 IA for the ground of a divorce, so the cruelty must be towards the from the husband towards the towards his wife. It should be directly towards the wife. No need to be no need that it is specifically from the husband. It could be from her family, it could be from her relatives, in-laws, etc., but it should be directly towards the petitioner. means, for example, consider where the in-laws keep saying that that you don't you failed to bring dowry from my son, or you were not good enough for my son, or you are in an adulterous relationship before, you are not of a moral character, you are unchaste wife, etc., etc. These all are such acts, or these all are the words that are sufficient enough to cause a psychological impact on one. So these are the acts sufficient, so these words can be set sufficient to be a ground for cruelty, as they are, first thing, they are serious enough that a reasonable person would not bear that. Secondly, they are directly towards the petitioner, means the wife or the husband, or whoever the whatever the case may be. The gender is not been specified, it can be from the wife, it can be from the husband side, but it should be directly towards the petitioner. Fine. So, as we have discussed, for physical cruelty, that should be the acts of physical violence. Physical violence, not of a single moment. It should be a continuous. Cruelty is not a single act. Means, unlike adultery, where the single moment of adulterous relationship may cause the may can may can may can cause a person to get the divorce. Cruelty is a continuous offense. Before filing a petition, there must be a subsequent acts to prove cruelty. For physical cruelty, there must be subsequent acts of physical violence. For mental cruelty, there must be subsequent conduct of the respondent that may cause mental suffering. Not the act of one day, but a subsequent chain should be present before filing the divorce. And in no time the petitioner had condoned the cruelty. That is the most important part. The petitioner must not have condoned the cruelty of the respondent. Condonation can be by resuming the cohabitation, by having a normal married life, irrespective of being the cruelty. That was in the case of Dastane versus Dastane. Husband alleged the wife for cruelty. Even during the phase of cruelty being alleged, the husband led a peaceful marital life with the wife, and begetting two children during that period. So the court said all the facts of cruelty were proved beyond proof even, but since the act of husband was sufficient to justify the condonation in this case, the divorce was not accepted, or the divorce was not granted to the husband. So, what we have concluded from all this discussion is, first thing, cruelty not defined under section 13 subsection 1 clause 1a, but it should be something grave enough that a reasonable person would not have beared in the same circumstances. Second thing, it should be a continuous offense, need not to be the single act of cruelty would not give a ground for divorce. And second thing, cruelty should not have been condoned by the petitioner in any sense. So that's about the mental cruelty or the physical cruelty as a ground of divorce under Hindu Marriage Act. If you have more suggestions, do comment in the comment section. Do like and share the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.